N14 South Africa. The N14 is a national route in South Africa which runs from Springbok in the Northern Cape to Pretoria in Gauteng. It passes through Upington, Kuruman, Vryburg, Krugersdorp and Centurion. The section between Pretoria and Krugersdorp is maintained by the Gauteng Provincial Government and is also designated the N158, and is also a 4-lane dual carriageway with 2 lanes in each direction. Route: Northern Cape. The western terminus of the N14 begins in Voortrekker Street, Springbok, at an intersection with the R355. It leaves the town towards the east, crossing under the N7, and then heads northeast past Krugersdorp and through the Gogap Nature Reserve. After a considerable distance, it enters Pofadder from the west, intersecting the north/south R358 in the town center. It leaves eastwards, then turns to the northeast towards Kakamas, entering the town from the west. It's intersected by the R359 in the town before leaving to the north, crossing the Orange River, and then heading east until it intersects with the R27 in Kaimos. The N14 heads north out of the town. It continues northeast, following the Orange River to Upington. In the town center, it intersects with the N10 before continuing northeast to Olifantshoek and Kuruman, meeting the R385 and R325 routes. It passes through Kuruman as its main road, intersecting the R31. It leaves northeast and crosses into the Northwest Province. Northwest. Crossing into the province, the route is intersected at T-junction by the R371. The N14 continues east-northeast and enters Vryburg from the southwest, becoming the town's main road through the center Market Street and crossing the N18 before leaving Vryburg to the east. Just outside the town, the road continues southeast combined with the R34 before the N14 turns northeast to Delaraville. Just outside the town, the R377 intersects from the left, while the N14 enters the town from the west. Briefly combined with the R507, it heads north through the town as its main road, General Delary Street. Leaving northeast, it passes the Barberspan Dam and Nature Reserve before passing through Rooseville as its main road. The route goes northeast to Bessesvlei, where the road meets the R52 before the N14 turns east, reaching the R505 as a T-junction. Briefly combined, it turns right and left, leaving the R505, continuing east and northeast to Coligny. Here it combines with the R503 and is the ring road to the south of the town, and then heads eastwards to Ventersdorp. The route bypasses the town to the south, first crossing R30, the main road to the town, and then the R53, as it leaves heading east again. Shortly after the village of Klerksdorp, it enters Gauteng Province. Gauteng. The N14 enters the province heading northeast, crossing the R500 and R41 near the village of Halfontein. It continues northeast, later crossing the R24 south of the Tarleton International Raceway and north of the Krugersdorp Game Reserve, and then skirts the latter to its north. It bypasses north of the Krugersdorp CBD, intersecting the R563 and R540. At the major intersection at Cradlestone Mall, Krugersdorp, it meets the R28 that heads southwest to the town center, and the M47 Hendrik Potgieter Road that heads southeast to Roodepoort. The N14 turns northeast at this junction, passing through Muldersdrift and crossing the Roan 114. Shortly after Muldersdrift, the next interchange follows shortly, where the R512 Malibongwe Drive crosses over it just south of Lanseria International Airport. Continuing northeast, it crosses the Juxkay River and later interchanges the Roan 114 again, and R511/R562 at Diepsloot West. It soon takes an easterly direction, interchanging the R55 at Olivenhoutbosch, Centurion, and shortly thereafter it meets the Braakfontein interchange with the Nun-Ben-Skomen Freeway in the southern suburbs of Centurion. The N14 and Nun switch highways, with the Nun now becoming the eastwards highway and the N14 now becoming the Ben-Skomen Freeway northwards. It intersects the M34 Jean Avenue at Die Hoes and the M10/M24 near Littleton Manor. The next major interchange is with the M7 West and M18 at the Groenkloof Nature Reserve near Fountains Valley. Shortly thereafter it joins the Roan 101 northwards and ends in the southern suburb of Salvaca, Pretoria, marking its eastern terminus. History. The N14 is the only national route in Gauteng that was not upgraded in 2010 and is the only national route within Gauteng without a tolling system on its roads. In 2015-2017 the highway was upgraded and retarred from Krugersdorp to Diepsloot. In 2017-2019 the remaining section will be upgraded to the Braakfontein interchange, upgrading the N14 from Tuksvo to Tuksvry. The upgrades are done by the Johannesburg Roads Agency JRA, and the route remains toll-free. Special regulation. The N14 highway has a 160 km section of the highway between Pofetter and Kakamas that allows a speed limit of 250 km/h for authorized vehicles for speed testing.